Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Viddies. Hi, Yoho. You are earlier. Hi, Razy, and hi, Gregory. Hi, Ace. Hello. So we're on the same page? Yes, I have not read Case 5 of the first game. I forgot. I completely forgot. Is that gonna be an issue? Let me know if it's too loud. I turned it down because when I loads up the game, I nearly got blown to the moon. Boom, boom, bakada! Viddies, 5 months. Thank you so much. Thank you, and hi, Plastic. Hello, welcome in. If I start in Star Rail 4.0, does that mean 3.8 is during the pool of forgotten quests? No, I shall be doing 3.8, but I will be doing it off stream. Because you know, it's gonna take me. I know it's gonna take me a while. If I stream it, I have a feeling it's gonna take me like 3 days, and I just want to get into 4.0. You know. You had some spicy sausages? I had some spicy noodles. I had spicy noodles with some dumplings, and they were very spicy. You would dangle your legs in excitement? I am currently dangling my legs in excitement. It will be an issue, but you know what? You've completed AJ without Case 5 as well. Then heck yeah! Good, good. Let me... back. Yeah. Yeah, that's good then, yeah. Yeah, easy, easy. Maybe I'll try and remember to do it afterwards. I won't remember. Let's not pretend. 10 stream streak. Delicious stream streak. I hope your day has been daijoubu. I had a very nice day. I did lots of very productive work, and I felt satisfied. And it's slightly starting to warm up, but my circulation has turned to ass. And every now and again, I have to stop and do like hand clenches to try to get the blood in my hands moving, because my hands are really cold. It's just so cold. You had a provincial wushu competition. You won 2 silver. Woo! Congrats, congrats! Congrats! That's amazing. I don't think I'd win silver in any kind of activity sport. Your huntsman sausages are with jalapeno peppers. Even better. Even better. I'm gonna go out tomorrow and buy food, so I should hopefully have a very nice week of dinner that isn't just ham sandwiches every day. And I think I'm also gonna go buy some cake, because, you know, it's been approximately 7 days since I've had a slice of cake, and that's illegal. Becoming 9 years old, the life expectancy for a European rabbit. You know, the rabbit I had growing up, Budgie lived forever. Like, literally forever. Budgie lived so long. And she was... He was an outdoor bunny. And he lived so long. And a lot of, like, online at the time, and like the vets and stuff, they were like, oh, you know, outdoor bunnies, they don't live that long. And Budgie had to be an outdoor bunny because I was allergic to Budgie. They just lived forever. I can't even remember how old. They lived absolutely forever, so will I. Why didn't Greeps make you a god? All they had to do was sacrifice your cakes and keep cows. It's true, yeah. All they had to do was sacrifice cakes to me. I just like a nice cream cake and strawberries. And my local store hasn't had strawberries for days. So I've been having like plain yogurt without strawberry chunks, which I think should be criminal. I don't know a single thing about this game. I'm guessing I am no longer Phoenix based on the fact it's called Apollo Justice and not Phoenix, right? I don't know any of the I think there's a girl with a top hat, and I know that from cosplayers. It's good that I know nothing. Woohoo! Also, I think I ate my spicy noodles too fast, and I have a little bit of a cough, so if I mute suddenly, it's because I'm choking. Yes, and she is the best? Ah! She is dumb? I will love her? Ah! What do you mean, don't mute? Okay, but what if I cough and die and then you have to listen to that? Speaking of coughing and dying, I got a new bag earlier on. Wait, that should work. I tested it. Oh, there it is. I got a new bag earlier on, and it has Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail on it, which is, if you don't know Peter Rabbit lore, if you don't know your rabbit lore, Peter Rabbit has 3 sisters. It's called Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. Hi, Scarlet. Hello, hello. And I got a new bag with them on it, and I sent a photo to my mama, and her reply was just like, because I was like, oh, I got a bag with Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail on, woohoo! And she was like, ah, yes, just like your insert brother's name's lungs. Because his lungs have collapsed multiple times. And I was like, why is my mother burning my brother when he's not even in the conversation? That's called cliff farming? Yeah. And he's the one that doesn't pick up the phone if I call him, so I can't even tell him that my mother is burning him when he's not here. Museum. I'm really excited to see. Oh. I didn't finish it in time. But I have a pajama outfit with a pillow, and I really wanted to put Edgeworth on the pillow, but I didn't do it in time. Eventually. Oh, there she is. The game looks a lot better, right? It looks nice. I like all these spoilers. Are these remasters of like the DS, 3DS game? Yes? Question mark? So I played through Phoenix Wright Trilogy already, which I believe was a 3DS game. Were any of them DS's? Actually, I have no idea. Yeah, they're remasters, but I think they're like actual remasters, not like current games when they remake / remaster a game and they completely change it. It's like an actual remaster. Oh. Next game's a 3D. Yeah, okay, yeah. Is this guy the new Edgeworth? Who's the papa? I hope we still see all our old buddies. Like, I hope we still see everyone. But based on these images at the bottom, it doesn't look like we see anyone. Episode 1, episode 2, episode... So there's 4 episodes? Okay. Let's go! Capcom 2007, 2024, all rights reserved. Okay, this game came out in 2007. Clenching your jaw. Don't clench your jaw, it's bad for your teeth. An artiste. Hi, Tyus. Welcome in. Oh, this looks so good. It's like a paint canvas, right? Showdown time. Heck yeah, cards. We gambling? You lose. Oh! Eek! Oh, that turned dark very quickly. You know, people die over card games all the time. Oh, it's cool. It kind of looks 3D. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Is that the person who didn't kill them but were there? Oh, this place looks the exact same! Ugh. Also, what's nice is I'm playing this like big screen now, where last time it was really small on my monitor, but now it's huge and I'm kind of overwhelmed. Panicked. Palms sweaty. I can admit it, I'm nervous. Is this Genius Invocation TCG? What if Genshin cut? Good morning. Oh, there he is. So is he my new nemesis? Good morning, sir. No. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Ass clenched and everything. Wound up, sir? No, I'm loose. I'm fine. See? His ass is loose. That screeching noise. Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first... His name is Christoph. Christoph. That's a nice name. Your first trial and it's homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? I'm fine. I got up at 5 AM to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. That explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I overdid it again. Nice head shake there. We're gonna be seeing a lot of that, I guarantee it. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. What, let him go to prison? Do you think his blade is the rare gacha weapon with 6% crit rate? Yes. Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. Was it you? We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. Hello, client. Yeah, they're gonna be my, what's it called? My tester client. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. And today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. If I could do a Scottish accent right now, I would say murder in a Scottish accent, and people would get that reference if they've seen British television. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. Did you miss Christoph? He just left, but I am confident he will be back soon. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him, no way. Could you not shave? Could you not tidy yourself up, sir? Oh. Good, morning. It's all up to you today. He is so sleepy. First trial, nervous. Meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So you're... I'm fine. Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name. It's Sparkle! You're right! Yeah, that's it, Myoda. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. Gavin? And he's your friend, so why? You'll see. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, the character models look really good. It's time, shall we? I feel like there's so much more detail. Yes, sir. What's his name? We didn't introduce ourselves. He didn't introduce himself. I guess we already know his name. Here comes Justice. I mean, if your last name's Justice, I feel like you have to be a lawyer. April 20th, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 2. Is that the same guy as before? The court is now in... And that's the same guy as before. It is Pain! What's with the hair? It's an interesting style, Pain. You would not defend Sparkle in court? I would absolutely defend Sparkle in court. It'd be a great time. He's definitely not bald. You're right, he is not bald. The defenses, I'm fine. I mean, ready. Mind going blank, don't panic. Your name was Mr. Justice? And this is your first trial? Yes, Your Honor. I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained. Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor? His name is Christoph Gavin? Is Gavin a last name? I thought Gavin was a first name. Christoph Gavin? Christoph Gavin? I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. And that was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always code to his client's wishes. I might love him. Is it too soon? I like him. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. He's got like a drill hair at the side. It's cool. Well, of course he wants justice. But to entrust this case to this greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. He's gonna die. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine. But does he have the cords of steel? And then let's begin. The defense may enter the courtroom. Papa. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. What? Is that Phoenix? What happened? What happened? What happened? What? Yeah. I should have done case 5. What? Why is he not a lawyer? Why does he look so rough? Why is he playing card games? Why is he in prison? Why? Did his wife leave him? Did Edgeworth leave him and he fell down into a pit of depression and gambling? Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix White, piano player. Interesting. I thought maybe we would, like, possibly get to play as Phoenix and maybe do one case as him, or maybe we'd go against it. I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. It doesn't matter, he's hotter this way. To think I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave and change. Shut up, Payne. Ah, Winston Payne, subtle as ever, I see. Nice hair. Phoenix, take your hat off. Is your hair still funny? The crime occurred at the Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. Hello, Zama. Welcome in. Happy Monday. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim at custom. I mean, this is obviously Phoenix didn't do it. And he hit him, wham, on the head. Smack! Killed him cold. A customer at the restaurant, you say? Can we go back to piano player? And the defendant, you say? He was the pianist for the club, it seems. Oh, he wasn't gambling. He was just playing the piano. So maybe the person who was gambling is the one that did the killing. Phoenix Wright, a pianist? This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. Really? Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice. The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. Ooh, grape juice bottle used a murder weapon. Bears the defendant, Mr. Wright's prints. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filled in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. E. Attorney Badge, how long did I learn from one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel ready. Smith's autopsy report. The time of death was around 2 a.m. April 17th. Death caused by a single blow to the forehead. The sub-basement at the Brush Bowl Club. Okay. Oh, you can inspect some piece of evidence closer. If you check Phoenix's age, you can count how much time it... Oh! That's a good point. Oh! Oh! Okay, it's a little bit finicky on mouse and keyboard, or I'm finicky. So there's a lack of blood. Age 33, age 33. How old is Phoenix? It wasn't even quite young. Like 24? 23, you know, to be a lawyer. Pianist at the I'm sorry for my pronunciation. Club, formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. Shady Smith, the victim in this case, a traveler only recently back in town. Winston Payne, not bald. Boss at Gavin Law Offices, first-rate defense attorney and my trusted mentor. 23? Just remove the T? Bosh. 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 So he's 23, so it's been 10 years? So in 10 years, he got married, lost his wife, and became a pianist at a club. The court record? Right, I've heard of that. Use E to look at the evidence so far. Already ahead of you, bro. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. He shouldn't be. Right, just use E. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. Oh, he was 24, so it's been 8 to 10 years. Wow. The victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this, Shady Smith? Was he shady? We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. A traveler? According to his passport, he'd been out of the country for a number of years. He'd only returned to this court recently, though his place of residence is unclear. And he had some sort of connection with the defendant? And that too is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe that they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime. If they had only met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim cited the defense's piano playing. That's a reason for murder, right? That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. Let this photo explain what I mean. Oh, he was gambling. Okay, Phoenix was gambling. Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? Is gambling a crime? Is gambling a crime? In Phoenix Rightland? Are we all criminals? Oh, unregulated in Japan. Okay, so we're not criminals because we gamble all the time at gacha games. He's found to become the basest sort of criminal. Objection! Ooh, that's a nice voice. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that a game, and in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, the backs wreathed in a blue flame, knew its final outcome. Alright. Come again? The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify the presence and impress women. It works! Now will be our first order of business here then. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Phoenix, stop smiling! Very well, defendant. You will testify to court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. Ugh, this is sad. This is it, my first trial. Here goes nothing. I can't lose. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the Pokemon table. Pokemon table? Pokemon table! The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of Pokemon using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game, and our customers are happy. If I'm accused, don't be a witness. Yeah, right? If you're accused, you shouldn't be a witness, right? A pianist who can't play piano. Better than a defense attorney who can't defend. Alright, sorry, Payne, what's your winning record? Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. My first cross-examination, don't blow it. Are you alright? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech, you absolute dummy. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? Yes. Good thing I'm immune to being a witness, because if I am, her testimony is just gonna be a single, just a girl. Ooh, cat. Absolutely. My testimony will always be like, I just a girl, I don't know. Payne has lost 0 trials for the defense. That is true. That is fair. You're right. He is a school. He's never lost. Coffee. Hey Neo, allegedly he never lost a case until meeting Phoenix. Why is the game lying? Refresher, please. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. No clues here. There's a number inscribed on the back of the badge, and there are many numbers like it, but this one is mine. Proof that I'm an attorney. To tell the truth, I get a happy feeling from inside just look. You know, this is a good idea. Because now we can't fake badges. Beforehand, we could just hold a golden button and be like, I'm an attorney, pinky promise. Oh. I'll get used to the buttons. I can't click anything. Better safe than sorry, especially this early in the game. Yes, teach me, I know nothing. Indeed, your job, Justice, is to be mindful of the court record and the testimony. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Not even just a button, a paper but yeah, didn't the guy who was pretending to be Phoenix, the red guy, the lion guy, just have a paper badge? When you found an inconsistency, that's when you present the conflicting evidence from the court record with E. But I didn't hear anything strange at all in the testimony just now. A good sign that you need to press the witness with Q for more information. Press him? Yes, Apollo, press him. Press him right in his little cheeks. Don't let the fact that he's a remarkable man hold you back. Get more information. Oh, Phoenix, what happened? But isn't Mr. White my client? Well, think you could do it? Yes, thank you, sir. Whoa, that was so big. Exactly, press just like that. I think you'd better, or we're gonna have a problem. Just remember, find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, breathe it, do it. Oh yeah! I forgot about the bud. You're so sleepy, Zama? Rest now, little one. As if Phoenix Wright would never lie. It's up to me to prove it. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Cross-examination. I am a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. Can I press now? Is that too early to press?
Hold it!
You can hardly play? Oh, I play sometimes when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. Was that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of pianist is a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the Borscht Bowl Club? My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. Ah. Yeah, Sparkle. Hey, Presto. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, it is quite the 5 o'clock shadow, huh?
Hold it!
Hold it! We're pressing everything, by the way. They pay you just to play poker? That would seem to be the case. I am a professional, after all. Bah, do I detect pride in that statement? He's just a hard-fun, honest, hard-working member of society, like me to imagine. Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston. Oh, burn! I've played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost, once. 7 wait, so it's been 8-ish years since the last game. And he's been doing, straight after the last game, he quit and became a poker player? You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. Ah, yes you are! You never lost once? Not even one time? I've also never lost poker. I've never played, but I've never lost. As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once? Is that even possible? The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. Oh yeah, I went the wrong way.
Hold it!
Hold it! The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction? It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market type back in the day. Black market? But then what if I lose my record of never losing? All in the past, things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in the room. A smoky room, gambling HUDs, you know? Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. And the bosses gather around the table, cutting deals safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now. That window does like it would be... What window? Oh. The room had a few other tricks to it, though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all good. Clean fun. Haha, goon. He said goon. Balatro to poker is what Shotgun King is to chat. What's Shotgun King? No problem, Zama. You don't understand why the English language adds the T to Borscht because you never do. The English language absolutely adores silent letters. It loves to really mess with people. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. Is that how you play poker, with 2 decks of cards?
Hold it!
Let's find out. 2 decks of cards? A simple measure to prevent cheating. Ah! If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. Something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there were some lying scattered on the floor. Oh, you see, after they play poker, they play 52 card pickup. Precisely, cards on the table upon the floor. Each one is forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we used 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, the other was blue. As I recall, in poker, you make a 5-card hands. I could see how it would be easy to cheat. Yes, a game of hands. Why is that funny? Why are hands funny? Oh, Shotgun King is a game where other pieces revolt against the king? So he took up the shotgun and challenged them by himself. That sounds kind of fun, though. In this competition you're talking about, I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. Well, that's right. It was a simple game after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. That's incorrect. People are these days. Defendant, you were in the room at the very moment that the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime? No, that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Ooh. Ooh. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. I could play let that one slip by. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir? Why, there's something I'd like to make clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Why not? Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony. Oh. Just one little press and I got myself a whole new testimony. Did I do good pressing on everything? I like to think so. You claim to have a straight flush. Unfortunately, I have a photo chat combo and 5 kings in my hand. Watch what happens when I play a single one. You seen cars be lit on fire for winning a match? So, oh yeah, for sure. People get crazy over winning and losing games. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched a murder weapon. He's pleading the 5th. He's pleading the 5th. I can't imagine Mr. White lying in the testimony. Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press on Phoenix's little cheeks. Wait, I got it. I'm fine. Time to listen to that testimony again. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. Yeah, I know.
Hold it!
Silence? The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. And it's your job to turn that around in our favor, yet. What the? Phoenix! I would press him very politely. Justice, didn't you detect anything odd about that testimony? Not even slightly. When you figure it out, I'd suggest presenting it. Okay, I have to present evidence. Okay. Evidence that contradicts the testimony. Contradiction in Mr. White's testimony, but why? I better check the court record. I can't imagine Mr. White lying in the testimony. So, I probably have to use the badge, right? Let's be real, it's always the badge. Death was around 2 AM. Death caused by a single blow to the forehead. Sub-base at the Bush Bowl Club. I keep trying to say the D. Grape juice bottle uses the murder weapon. Bears the defendant, Mr. White. Oh. Okay. Back is Z. That's an interesting choice. Present. Present. Objection! Ooh, I got achievement. Opening objection for having presented evidence and stuff. So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon, this grape juice bottle, right? So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Hee hee hee. His hair? The way he's like flicking his hair? Okay, Payne. Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. I examined the bottle in question, you see. And it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. Objection! No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Oh, he's cute! Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case. But what about my cords of steel? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true. Oh. I did not miss that sound. Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints. Huh? But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down. Well, sometimes you carry things upside down. It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there could only be one reason for that. No, maybe he does sick bar tricks. You know, some bartenders like flip the bottle in the air and spin it around. Maybe he was just doing that. Oh my god, that expression. Mr. Gavin, I think things took a turn for the worst. Oh, I see no problem, Justice. The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything, you see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court? Phoenix, don't piss me off. Not very cooperative, are you? They flip the bottle in the air and drop it and then get fired. Yeah, exactly. This could hurt your case. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
Objection!
Objection! That's such a good voice. Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, that was the defendant, Mr. White. But still, that... Really? Yeah, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene? Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? Yes, let's shall. Okay, it's not a very good diagram. I was expecting like an entire floor plan of the whole club. The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. Oh. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. I see, and this is the phone that made the call? Wow, a Nokia. White cell phone added to the court case. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. Chisel. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reports it to the authorities. Does he have games on his phone? I bet he has Snake. Oh yeah, and Tetris. You claim he is being uncooperative. Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I'd better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you, no one is more serious about... What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred? How can you possibly know this? The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. Ooh. You're as good as they say you are. Well then, doesn't that mean the other person is probably the person who did it? That must mean they witnessed a crime. Everything up until now has been a warm-up justice. Are you ready? I'm ready. Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. It was her. The witness will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. Hey, Earthbound. My name is Apollo Justice and I am fine. Hey, Earthbound. How you doing? Happy Monday. Where's the witness? Oh, I mean, we can see her. Let's not be silly. I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horn. Hey! They are not demonic-looking horns. He just looks like a little baby bird butt. So I use a little hair gel. Relax, people. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You are sure? I swear it's on my gavel. Please, come on out. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Well, if you are sure, it is okay. Is she the murderer? Now, oh. No photos. Would the prosecution care to explain the witness's, paraphernalia? Ooh, first time. Yes. She is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade. She's a chef. Microsoft just tried to make you use Copilot? Ew. And that would be... My name is Olga Orly. I'm employed as a waitress in Borscht Bowl Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Of course, it is my pride to serve the borscht that is naming restaurant. What? But I also perform, how to say, other service. I take it one of these other services is taking customers' pictures? Ta-da! Like, for example, this one. Well, that doesn't prove that he killed it. That's the defendant. Indeed, on the night of the murder, man in white hats is one who has gone kaput. Oh my god, why is she cute? Okay, I don't think she did it, but I do think she's dumb. She's like, those two were in a room together. That means they murdered each other. It's like modern day, it means they ship them. Order, order, order in the court. This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps. It is the same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers. Casually. Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. She drops food on people. Is borscht food? The defendant and Mr. Smith at the Borscht Bowl Club. Now witness, where were you at the time of the murder? In the memento, señorita. Can I use my mouse? No, there's no mouse using. It's a soup? Beetroot soup kind of dish. Then that will burn if she drops it on people's laps. I hope she drops it on the laps of creepy people. Oh, man, Phoenix is even wearing, like, sandals. He's not beating the hobo allegations. Phoenix. These two don't look like they're fighting, though. They look like they're friends. Oh, the cold... It can be eaten either cold or hot. I don't know which is worse, the cold or hot being dropped on you, because cold would make you freezing, and hot would burn. Ooh. In a memento. Wow, the battery's being held in with a piece of tape. You should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it. Okay, Apollo. Man, you should buy a new phone unless you're broke. Can we check, fingerprints? No clues here. You got any games on your phone? No clues here. No clues here. No, he's got no games on his phone. I was in room. The hideout, we call it. Excuse me? The hideout? It is room where famous gangsters, bad guy, was arrested. Was the famous gangster's nickname Bad Guy? I wonder if he was a bad guy. Is room where murder took place. Huh? Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely. I will post my courtroom door later for you. Photos will be numbered and you will write which one you want copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. White, and Olga Orley, our witness. And if Mr. White isn't the killer, that means you will testify to the court about last night's events. Witness. A fateful night. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on, The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket on his neck. He does have a locket on. The one that doesn't leave burns on your body is the better option. Yeah, yeah. Creeper, hello! No, Your Honor, I wasn't asleep for several hours. Press X it out. Happy Monday, Creeper. And then, last hand is done, but something terrible has happened, And that man flew at victim and is strangling him to death. Incidentally, who won the game? Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith.
Objection!
Objection! That's ridiculous, because Mr. White can't lose. Justice? Maybe you can't come up with a more legitimate objection. But he hadn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid, it happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as a prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. 777 AA. King AA. Wait, I have 0 poker knowledge, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that the king side is the winner. You played Subnautica drunk? Did you not get seasickness? Propagation icon in Star Rail? Am I a thingy of propagation? I am correct? Good. The hand and chips on the side belong to defendant, Mr. White. Bam bam bam. He lost. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Ah! Oh, yeah. Actually, no, I know what you mean. Well, Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils. I know that. After all, in my youth, I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. Press X it out. I think he means poker face. Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. Chip photo added to the court record. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Una momento before I ask questions. Can I just look at this? Yeah, those are the 7s. Those are the king. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like the other way around. Okay. Yeah, that's his leg right there. Okay. Well, there's a lid on the drink now, and there wasn't a lid on the drink then.
Still.
Oh! We don't know who's winning or losing without knowing the value of the chips. That's a good point. he overall has... Oh, it depends. Maybe the little red ones are worth 1 billion. And the black ones are worth 5 pence. Maybe it's flipped. This is backwards world. You know, like how a 50p? A 50p is bigger than a £1 coin. Customer asked me to deal cards for game. I was cold. Both players played with hats on. Is that important? They both have hats on, duh. Tell me more, tell me more. Did they wear fluffy hats?
Hold it!
It's already April. How could it be cold? At Borscht Bowl Club, we have a pride and authentic Western Russian restaurant theme. Outside it's city in spring, but inside is always as cold as Mother Russia. No way am I going there. When it comes to hot borscht, cold is the best seasoning, da? Check Discord, uno momento, señorita. Yeah. Yeah, it is quite similar. You are correct, yeah. Maybe I am the true propaganda of propagation. What's it called? A thingy bobby? A bobber thingy? What if strawberry flavored chips cost more because they are tastier than vanilla flavored chips? Exactly! The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locker at his neck.
Hold it!
Why, does he have a photo of Edgeworth in there? His locket? I believe it was good luck charm, da? He gripped it many times as he played that night. Yes, he must have felt as though then it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though if it was small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. The defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about. I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not like a rocket? Of course I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. No, a locket's a locket. It's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing? Or hard of understanding? So what happened next? Yeah, that's fair. The last hand is done, but something terrible has happened, duh. That man flew at the victim and has strangled him to death. Oh wait, no, he got dunked on the head. Present. Present. Objection! Oh really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Duh, normal customers only choke on borscht. If it was true Russian restaurant underground, you heard at least 5 people in a single table that's reeking of tobacco and having no common sense, you just talk to each other in a very loud voice. Is it very cold in Russia? Is it always cold? Never slightly warm? Miss Orly, really now? Did you witness the crime? Eek. Nice. Oh, that's true. It's massive. That's a very good point. I would assume the places up north are super cold all the time. You gonna hold my ears when you say this? Oh no. Oh no. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. Yeah, that's why I was seeking. And yet it is a fact that he was hit, Johanna. Oh. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. Well, that's quite a shocker, isn't it? His head certainly was hit. Crime photo 2 added to the court record. Full photo of forehead, hat removed during investigation mission. But I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck. Oh, really, Miss Orly? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. What do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. Okay, Apollo. Customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold, but players played with hats on. Victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Last hand is done, something terrible has happened. Both players plays with hands on. With hats on. Used by the defendant, Mrs. Smith, at the... I don't think they're playing poker here, so it would not be fair to be like, his hand's not on his neck here, but I'm gonna present it anyway. Oh, I see something. He's missing his necklace. He doesn't have a necklace on. But here he has a necklace on. Is it this? Is that the... Wait, is that the... Is it the same... Hat remove, crap. Hat remove. Okay. Oh, I know. Victim, he plays whole hand on locket as neck. Oh, no, I pressed wrong button. Yeah, lock it. Yes, lock it. I need to present. I need to be like, where's his locket now, sucker? Yes. Objection! Lock it. You know, there was one curious part in the testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? I never think intensely. Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on locket at his neck, I believe she said. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection with the witness's grammar. No, but look at this photograph. Bum, bum, bum. Do you see the locket on the victim's neck? No, but it's on Phoenix's neck. That's why I thought they were talking about him with the locket. Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressive. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean? If we are to believe this witness's testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death? Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no? The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Oh, Olga, you silly little sausage! Did you see someone take off someone else's necklace and think they were strangling them? Oh, she's so silly. Defendant, what do you have to say about this? Yes? I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck. That's her kink? Oh, you mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of... I'm sorry. A photo of your what? When did he birth the child? When did he birth a daughter? Is this like a thing? Is this like a cat? And Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? Dale Phoenix? We confirmed at the time of the arrest that the picture in the locket is indeed Mr. White's daughter. Who is the daughter? So Mr. White has a locket too? Why don't I buy that this is just a coinky dink? Yeah, 7 years is plenty of time to birth a child, I guess. Who's the mother? / father? Well now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game? Well, no, yeah, I'm assuming that either he or Edgeworth got pregnant. Phoenix wouldn't have been stolen from Edgeworth. They're meant to be together forever. Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly. Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant. Ha! Duh. She is so cute. The game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was the victim. For last hand, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table. Oh, she's lying. She's lying. She's lying. Is that how you say da? Is that how you type da? Da. Da. It does seem to be a one-sided game. Ah! Da. Ooh. As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. How many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I done. A common tale, but true. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. White said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. Well, no, you can say I haven't lost in 7 years until now. The game began with 3,500 point chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. Tell me more, tell me more. What is the value of each chip? Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used? Of course. Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Yeah, press him. Press her. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Well, now I can read part of that statement. That part of that statement says da. Explain? What is there to be explained? Oh, pain, please shut up. They're not fish and chips. Not a chip off the old block. Not a motorcycle cop. And thanks. Now that I've pressed her, I'd better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles even? Yet, I have been saying before, it was game, not gamble. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chip. 100 points chip and 1,000 points chip, man. Yeah. It is not money, da. Justice. Sir? Don't you find her comments interesting? In more ways than one, sir? I'd have it added to her testimony myself. Well, does the defendant want the witness to add to her testimony? Yes. Yes, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this. I wanna... Okay, so if the red chips are 1,000, then that would mean Phoenix would have 4,100, and the other guy would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2,900. Does that make sense math-wise? 4,100, 6, 2,000. It does! 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 Would you be so yada, Your Honor? Maths. I can math on special occasions. I think maybe I'll present it here. Present the chip photo here? Wait, what's the next statement?
Hold it!
Oh, no. You're telling me that Mr. White, undefeated for 7 whole years, was losing? It must have been the most unlucky day for him. Okay. I'm glad I did not take out a picture of him. It would break camera, certainly. The chips, they went always to victim's side of the table. Duh, one-sided, and... Okay, never... Okay.
Objection!
Yes, this saw the statement about starting 3,500 points, yeah. It was, I corrected the answer myself when I said what's 5 times 10. It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten. Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which are worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course. Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. The totals? Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips. And the combined value of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct, let's see. 3 plus 1 carry the 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all of the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up, how much is it? Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? Paying time to go back to kindergarten? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right, there's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. The starting points are wrong, chip count was... No, they're both right. Right? Aha! You were gonna give me hard maths, and Twitch went, no, she's just a girl, she doesn't want to do maths. Thank you, Twitch. All of the chips are indeed shown in the photograph. And then there can only be one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips was the other way round. Bam, bam, bam! Want to know what I think? The small chips are worth 1,000 points, not the big ones. Madness, utter madness, he's gonna lose his head. Show me the photograph of the chips again? Why does that make 7,000 points when you add them up? Both were right, and I am Justice. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. I'm just glad I have a big brain. A orange circle plus 1 equals 2 orange circles. The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing. Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still. Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points and the defendant had 4,100. Well now, it seems that Mr. White was winning that night after all. A means naturally rated A, true, and pi means cooking. A's cooking equals to -1. Exactly. Or if it's A's pie plus 1, 2 pies. 2 of Raiden Shogun's pies. Maths. That's impossible. My client had even less of a reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Now, Miss Orly, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime, weren't you? She is such a good waitress. Order in the court. It appears that the defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. White's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can show... Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orly? I did not want to be saying this, but... Actually, you see, See what, Miss Orly? What do we see? In the last hand, there was cheat. A cheat? You don't mean a trick? A scam? Yes, there was cheating last hand. That's why game ends with chips as they are. Where was the cheat? Great, just great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case certainly has taken a turn for the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. If there's ever a Honkai Star Rail and Ace Attorney fan game, Sunday should be a judge. Sunday should absolutely be the judge. Because he would shout, order! Order in the court! And also, he'd be a really good judge. Who would be the, lawyers? Oh yeah, Nouvellette. Well, Nouvellette is Genshin. So if it was a Genshin collab, then obviously Nouvellette. And the lawyers would be... Not Farina. Farina would be the sidekick. Judge should be Fu Xuan, because it would be funny seeing her top half of the head above the... You know... Some people have stepping stools. Oh, yes. The lawyers would be Sparkle and Sampo. That's a great point, yeah. That would be really cool. In the last hand, both men had full house. There is a 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. Ace of hearts, ace of clovers, ace of diamonds, ace of spades. Well, there's nothing unobvious about this. Nothing obvious about this. There's the 4 aces. What does she mean? What does she mean? 7 of clubs, 7 of diamonds, 7 of hearts. King of spades, king of diamonds, king of hearts. Girl, explain it. You're gonna chat shit, explain it. The next moment, game becomes argument. Duh, the defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smiths. Yeah, true. Miss Orly, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning, you silly little nugget? I thought I smelled a cover-up here. I thought you were serious for a second. It's obvious when you look at it, there are too many kings if you count the one in the defendant. See? I thought you were serious for a second. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. That alone is enough to suspect less than talent tactics. Mr. Gavin? What's a full house? Lays these days, you don't know your poker? I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. Some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice, you know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind? Yes? No problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes a 3 of a kind. Yeah, good. Now picture a hand with one pair and one three of a kind. Okay. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. They both have full houses. What's the problem? What's the problem? We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. The defense may cross-examine a witness. If you did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. White lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? In the last hand, both men had full house. There's 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. Yeah, I'm just gonna press it all. Just how hard is it to make a full house? It is quite hard, It is making a pair and a 3 of a kind at the same time. I guess that's right. Very difficult to be sure. You can take my word as the poker head of the courtroom number 3. Very difficult, but it's not impossible. Okay. 4 of each card, you say? There is 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. It is interesting fact that this number 4 comes from number of seasons. That is an interesting fact. Thank you so much, Olga. And did you know that the cards are numbered 1 to 13? And add all the cards in a deck and you get 300... I did not know that! Add all the cards in a deck and you get 364? Did you know that? That's so fun! You don't say. Isn't that 1 day shot? Wait. Never mind. That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for the... Oh, never mind, it does make sense! And thus, you have a perfect representation of the year in the deck of cards. You don't say. We're going to be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like... Ah, Apollo, this is interesting factoids. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. Okay, please explain this. What? Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. What? A 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Oh, Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. And Mr. White's has 2. Oh. Oh. Perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke. Very well, the witness will add this detail to her testimony, please.
Objection!
Yeah, it was 2 aces because I just counted them. Mistaken? But my name... Look at this piece of evidence. Clearly contradicts what you just said, you little silly nugget. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. Why? Is it not obvious? In other words, use your finger to point to the point. Yeah, you love how they're over-explaining poker, but in game 2, I have to know what hand baseball glove is worn on, which I would not have known. Love how they over-explain it. Wait. Oh, I have to move my hand with my mouse? I know that's normal, but it's funny. Point. 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 Point.
Take that!
Never mind. Oh, I can move it with WASD? It's where? Where is that you're pointing to? But I pointed to them! because she said these three were aces.
Take that!
Ah! Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But you can clearly see the victim's hand. Remember in the first game when I nearly lost a case because I was clicking the right spot and the game was like, try again. Try again. Because it was weirdly specific. That could have got me. Yes, yeah. Objection! Objection! Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the third ace in question. Well, that's not true. Take another look at the evidence, dummy. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom. Yeah! 2 aces in each player's hand? Does that make 4 aces in total? Hardly proof of cheating. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th one. There was cheating. I swear to you. That's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards? Ooh. Mr. Payne? Yes? The player's hand that night was set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards? If these cards don't prove cheating, nothing going on. Wait, what? Now, which of these hands is most suspicious? Probably the victim's, right? Because she said the victim had 3 aces? It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well. Time's a wasting. Get to it, Justice. Okay, Smith. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Oh, he's so going to die. Try using up, left, down, right to turn it every which way, and B and M to zoom in and out. That should give you a better perspective on the case. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. B and M. I don't think I need to zoom in and out to see the issue here. Well, has the defense found anything of relevance? I think I found out that I found nothing. Well, that's not true. Perhaps you best examine the defendant's cards before leaping to any conclusions. Maybe you'd rather examine these cards. Oh, I guess I need to press it. Yeah, I didn't click anything. Peace. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victims. So the victim was cheating. The back is a different color. Yep. That's impossible. I put that card in Mr. White's hand. What was that, Miss Orley? No, yet. I mean, I said, duh, I have okay, my issue with them cheating like this is you can see the different color on. It's not like it's hidden. Like the other person would easily see that you have a card from the wrong set. So, because when you play poker, you don't see each other's cards, right? You keep them up so that you can bluff and stuff. Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? Count cards. I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer. Wait, so you mean... this witness, Miss Orley? She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager. focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake. I'm sorry, what? Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. Oh, she planted it after the murder, yeah. Apollo is the... I was about to say Phoenix is the one that said it. Apollo is the one that said it. Would I put that card in right hand? Yeah. Ergo, Miss Olga Orly conspired to cheat. Not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smiths, who is indeed shady. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it is not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. I'm gonna need the game to show me who Phoenix's daughter is, because I can't stop thinking about it. The defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orly, are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. White isn't guilty, that means... The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orly, of murder. Are you okay, sweetie? Oh, was there a lobster in there? It looks like a lobster. Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orly? It appears she has lost, consciousness, Your Honor. It seems you presented a new possibility to the courts, one suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. This court cannot pronounce a verdict on the defendant at this time. I see no point in prolonging this trial today. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
Objection!
What? You can't end the trial here, Your Honor? Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? I want to play as Phoenix! I want to play as Phoenix! I think one of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means? What are you doing, Mr. White? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. White has a talent for the ridiculousness. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. It was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night. Yep. The 2 decks at the club have different colored backs, blue and red, 1 color per deck. If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed. We used different colors and they still got mixed up. We used the red deck for the last game. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. However, in the end, 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix. Ooh, that's a good idea. Someone could be colorblind, which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think, in the last game, when was the card swapped? And there are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. Thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. White. Of course it was swapped. It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not. Bro feels at home. I know, bro is acting like he's the lawyer here. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. Why is he treating me like his son? Is it because we both have bird heads? When the cards are swapped into the deck, after. Because before the murder, they both would have noticed it. During the murder, well, that's complicated. After the murder? No? That's the point of cheating after the cards have been shown.
Objection!
He wants to adopt a big brother for his daughter? Well, how old is the daughter? Because maybe he adopted a girl who's slightly older, so maybe he's trying to set us up. I wonder how old Apollo is. How do you swap cards during the game? I'll take a silly over impossible. Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Like your hair? You're right, I can. I have that power. I have no power. Never mind. You can check or not, I guess. If you pull, I mean, looking at Apollo, I would say he's like 20 at most. If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Quite true. And that would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown. I'm smart. Okay, this is going to get past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what was the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? And there's another? Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? I finished my coffee, in case you're wondering. It was very cold. The game and the murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orley. Okay, so who was it that swapped the card for the blue? You know what? They were chatting early on about the window, so I'm guessing someone came in the window. Was it good at least? It was good. It was very good. Now I'm gonna have a sweet. Ow. A sweet, because the coffee was very bitter. The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course, and, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga either. And that's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. G-Dog Winship, 1989, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Thank you. I am playing Apollo Justice for the first time ever. I'm at the very beginning. It's like the beginner trial. As the defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orley at this point. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the same mistake of swapping the wrong colored card. And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Phoenix, don't laugh like a criminal. What's wrong with you? Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. White? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how fun all this is. Yes! Yes, no, please do. Please rate and run and go. I hope you feel better soon. Have some hydration, have some food, and take a rest. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, God. How am I confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orley, then who was it? Yeah, well, that's the question, isn't it? Precisely. I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. We'll find out, indeed, after this break. No? No. Someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hands, and that someone made two critical mistakes. Because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. The person replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. Jeez. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist. True, not until now, but you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night, in the scene of the crime. I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. White. This trial has proceeded on one central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in the room. I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that's a problem. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Why? Ayo. Very well, trial resume in 20 minutes. Why just Gavin? Pervert? Hey, is that supposed to be a picture of him on the wall, the judge? Well, that's what I was thinking. That was quite unexpected, Mr. White. How did the chambers go, Christoph? To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that? I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I think you would know the answer to that. You know, Christoph, women want him, men also want him. Being mysterious, Ari? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph. Justice? Yes, sir? The judge has summoned me to his chamber, so carry on without me. Oh. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. White? You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. The little magician girl? The little girl in the little magician hat? She doesn't look very much like Edward. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Wait, he has a daughter and his hat says Papa? Now you can see why he has Papa on his hat, yeah! He's a Papa. Phoenix would be such a good dad. Phoenix, I wish you were my dad. You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did. What did you do? What did he do? It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. Did he cheat? I never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. That is odd, yeah. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law? Figure out what your opponent is thinking and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. And their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. What? Did you notice? No. Words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. You just don't know it yet. But you will. Soon. Almost forgot one more thing about this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone. What? What? Why is he lying? I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My, power? I had no idea my cords of steel were this bad. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. Woohoo! Save complete. I like it. I like it. I missed being a lawyer. I'm the wrong lawyer, but I miss being a lawyer. Continue to the next chapter. Yes. April 20th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Olga Orly, recovered? Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness. Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again? And that's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify. I just nearly choked on my sweet, by the way. I caught it, but gee, it nearly killed me. The defense would like to request that Miss Orly take the stand. Very well. The witness will take the stand. Whether she likes it or not. This is my favorite new character so far. I mean, there's only been 3 technically, but I don't know if I'd count Ola because we're probably not going to see her again. I quite like Kristoff. I think he's going to die. Look at him. Look at him. He looks way too perfect. He looks like he's gonna die. But I like him. Gavin? I quite like Apollo though. He's funny. He's nice. He's no Phoenix Wright, but he's nice. Perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser? Not! What? Name's Olga Orly. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quick Fingers Orly. Oh my. Is he fine? He is fine. Oh. Quick Fingers, you say? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like, oh, really? There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. I liked it when she was Russian. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan. See? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Oh, was it not? Any further fabrications will have a serious consequence. Fine. Oh, like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. Cheat. I planted the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying the legend, an unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When the hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. He swapped the cards. Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, we would have made the great double play. Just like that, the legend will be dashed to pieces. Indeed, getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card? That was the plan. Wow, look at her. Oh really, Orly? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. That trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Yeah, that's right. Apollo was so silly. Christoph is saying so smart, and Apollo's in the corner going, yeah, what he said. He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be slip-free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orly. Oh, really? Quickfingers, you say? The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with that evil mastermind shtick. Cute? Who wants to be cute? I want to be cute. I'm not cute. I'm bad, you hear me? Bad! Said every cutie patootie in the world. When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court? Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. True, Stonewall. Hello, hello. Welcome in. It is his first case. That night, I planted the card where I was supposed to, and White lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. The planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, White picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no-good cheating defender. He didn't cheat, you dumbass. A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark. Yeah, yes, it's true. Her nickname is Quick Figures and she wants to look badass. It's over for you guys. She's 100% a lesbian. Yep, she's 100% gay. Look who's talking. Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, it's all yours, Mr. Justice. With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. White, who needs prosecutors? I preferred her cuter look. She looked cute. Now she just looks a little bit... like a tiny bit punchable, but in a nice way. I like her cute more. Planted card like I was supposed to. White lost last hand, just like he was supposed to. Planted card was gone. The trap failed. Tell me more, tell me more. Where was the card? Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone. Without it, why was it the 5 of hearts? No one did a 5. What? Inside his cute little hat? But the card was nowhere to be found, is this correct? Never in my long storied career has Quick Fingers Orly been so readily duped. Girl, please. Oh really? So what did happen to that 5 of hearts? Don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defense? She's the cheater. So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action?
Hold it!
Isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. White thoroughly and found nothing, so he whamped him over the head with a bottle? Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well... what was that? I sensed something. Something wrong, Mr. Justice? See, that would have been great if it was Phoenix, because then it would have been something wrong, Mr. White. You know, that would be so funny. What to do? Should I press her a little harder? Yes. She did touch the back of her head, neck. Oh my god, good job. What? Good job. I did not pick up on that. You are so smart. What are you talking about? You... me and Quick Fingers Orly? The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? She's lying! She's lying! I saw when my... what's this weird vibe I'm getting? Yeah. She touched the back of her neck during certain parts of a test. Why is this gonna be a thing? Oh no! Am I gonna have to pick up on this kind of stuff because I failed the first check mark? No! No! Oh, I'm doomed! I'm doomed! Oh. Oh no, I have to pay attention? I have to pay attention to my video game? What the? This is a little bit weird. The sensation. It's coming into focus. There, that twitch, it's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit, like I couldn't before.
Gotcha!
Miss Ollie, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of her testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. Would someone care to explain what he's babbling on about? This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us? Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moments of the crime. So what would remind her the most of the moments of the crime? Miss Ollie, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happen when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is... Well, the weapon is the bottle.
Take that!
Take that! Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck, and that reminds us more of the moment than this bottle, the murder weapon. Oh, so every time she's been talking about the bottle, she touched her neck? Oh, duh. If you were the only witness of the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? Welcome back, Zama! It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you. Take off the bandana! Take off the bandana! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Hi, ZFQ! Happy Monday! How are you doing? Hello, hello! The witness's habits? They're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later, just trust me, now's our only chance to break her. Yeah, maybe the murder weapon isn't the weapon and Phoenix didn't lie. Oh, this is just trial 1. Yeah, this is just the first trial of the Apologist's game. I am doing good though, thank you so much for asking. I am enjoying the game though. It looks really nice. And I feel like they've kept it fresh. And yet, I am knowing nothing. Am I live Wednesday? No, I will be live Thursday though. We know you're not Russian. The witness will testify now, please. Would you believe that I was Russian if I start saying yet? Is that how that works? Or is my accent disgusting? Going to shower and then cook, so stay... Yes, thank you for liking ZFQ. Enjoy cooking. I hope you cook delicious food. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. Huh? Yeah, because there she is, hand on neck, and then she... Oh, I'm gonna have to pick up on this. Niet Dart and Comrade, and Mazalusha. That's the other thing. There's a content creator I watch called Vladimir, and they always say Mazalusha, and I love it. I love the way they say it. Different personality, but the same testimony. I believe you have her where you want her, Justice. The circumstances have changed, yet the testimony has not. That means there's got to be a contradiction in there. Let me press on the last one.
Hold it!
Hold it! You seem uneasy. You try standing up here. My eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Oh, well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came. I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to give. Well, he didn't because he went upstairs and rang the cops. Her testimony is completely flawed. It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence. Show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. The evidence that you claim contradicts the testimony. Why do we even have to do this?
Take that!
Right? It's gotta be this. Miss Ollie, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the bowl club. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. She's taking photos of herself. The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. Oh, this is so cool. Showdown time. You dirty cheat. It's gone. The card's gone. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right and hit me. That's why she's rubbing her neck. That's why she's rubbing her neck. Because it hurts. You, some master of cheating you turned out to be. So they fought. When I came to, the victim was already dead. Is that it? And that's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If I came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure. Madness. This is madness. I'm dreaming. I must have been me who was hit with a bottle and imagining all of this. It appears our prosecution is at its wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Your Honor, I only lied for self-preservation. Literally! Mr. Gavin, sir, I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Ollie a big fat liar. Huh? There were... 3 were in that room the night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive. And her plot failed. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the the result of that argument was murder. I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled we catch ourselves in the process. Mr. White? Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph, Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Get on, Phoenix! Right, like Mr. White was saying before recess. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. A fourth person. In this theory again, your fourth person doesn't exist. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch a real criminal. The real criminal? And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. It was. It was. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. I would never be a criminal. I can't go to prison again. Remember what I said? The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the color on the backs of the cards. Right, but how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet there was one person here in our court who thought those cards... At the beginning, who said it? At the beginning, someone was like a sea of blue and blah 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 blah. Yeah, I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, I think you can figure out who it was. It's not me, I swear. Who is this fourth person? Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? Is it Christoph? Victim of this case, Paul's experience, he lacks a certain presence. Because it's obviously not it's not Felix. It's not Shady because he's dead. It's not Winston because... Well, it could be Winston. Winston's the other choice. I just don't see why it'd be... It's obviously not Olga because there's a four... Is it Christoph? I don't know, yeah.
Take that!
Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your head. I was right. Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. Of course, Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which... Why is the photo of the crime scene black and white when the other photo is in color? But look! You can see the colors in this photo. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. There's a noir fan in the forensics, yeah. Hipster made the other picture, yeah. It's true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game, in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. Yeah, how did he know all this? Reason Blue Flame knows final outcome. Well, Christoph? Well, that's not very nice. Hot people can't go to prison. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. Why, you aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph? You know, even I'd never take the joke this far. This is gonna be ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. I don't understand what's happening. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder? I assure you, I'm quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to defeat you? I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? Huh? There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started. If this is true, Mr. White was saying silent about, well, only one thing to do. Mr. White, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. Oh? The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before the game of poker be related? I'm not sure I follow Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley... I am to assume you speak for Mr. Justic in this? He is the defense, not you. Kristoff, you silly little sausage. You doomed yourself. The matter of Mr. White's testimony is up to you. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. White's testimony? Yes. This is Mr. White's strategy. He was planning this all along, and I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. White testify to the court. Et tu, Justice? Is he French? You would betray me, your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. Gavin doesn't sound like a French name. It's Latin? Oh, sorry. Gavin doesn't sound like a Latin-ish name. Very well, the defendant, Mr. White, will take the stand, please. Gavin is from a I am so confused. Appetite before murder. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at a table in this photograph. Yes, you did. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. A reference to Julius Caesar's words after being betrayed by his friend. Is that a thing? Oh, I should read more books. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Bosch Ball Club the night of the murder? I dine with him rather frequently. And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder? Quite against my will, I'd become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, right? Just because you wanted to drag me into a little murder trial? The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. Ooh, what happened back then? I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears I was wrong. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice, sir? He's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin, was Mr. White's, this can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Did Kristoff let me, Apollo, run this trial because he thought I'd fail horribly? Is Kristoff an asshole? I kind of like him more. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at a table in the photograph. Yes. J.D. Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. Okay.
Hold it!
You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes, he dines with me at the bowl club quite frequently. We were enjoying the usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual. Usual? Table closest to the piano. He means literally on the piano seat. So the plates and such on the table were from your dinner? Indeed, the remnants of my meal with Kristoff. We dined for 2 hours, then Kristoff left. After that, Shady Smith walked in. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga Oli mentioned? Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. You swap the cards. Just like that, the legend will be dashed to pieces, yeah. A harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. You think he tried to what? You think he tried to what? A quirk? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found the card. The card she planted. Yes, so I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. So I put it up my butt. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game in his butt. Disposed? Where? It was an empty bottle of grape juice I'd been drinking the... Oh, not his butt. I threw the card inside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice? The murder weapon? Right, I'm sorry. We've already looked at this. There is no... For some reason, I think if I flip it a different way, it'll see the card. Yeah, I like that it's a grape juice. Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see. Where are you lying? A battle of A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like a terrific drama. A card inside the murder weapon? That's strange. Did the police miss it? Is it something to do with the green... wait, okay, I think I understand this. Mr. White, the Pokerhead Courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please provide your testimony with this new information. I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle. A girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left her cold to police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead.
Hold it!
And when he returns, the victim was already dead, yes. I admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. Did you put a hat on him?
Objection!
Did he put the hat on him? If I may, take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you would see blood on his forehead. Good point. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Shut up, Christoph. Mr. White, can you explain this to the court? I forgot to mention something. I was the one that put the hat back on his head. You? Put the hat on the dead man's head? He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. He wouldn't want anyone to see that hairline. I picked up his hat off the floor and put it on his head. All I can say is, I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. Miss Ollie didn't see it? It being the victim's head? I think not, since she was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. And here we go again. Pardon, it just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. He's still our client, Christoph! In any case, please continue the cross-examinations. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Why do I get a feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? It has to be something to do with this, no? I just don't see it. No clues here. Is the card supposed to be like there? No, it's like completely empty. The lid disappears when you go down, but I don't know what that does. Something must be missing. I'm gonna press him. Ow. I'm gonna press him.
Hold it!
I perceived my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment, you see. I knew what was coming. I just feel like the card should be in there and maybe I just can't see it. At least when you get lucky and stick your hand in. Oh. How about if I try presenting the ball? Oh.
Objection!
Mr. White, if I may? I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here. It's not in there? I can't say I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out? Oh, and the sixth person could have helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. White is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you discharging our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing. Is Mr. White hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin, this witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years... Oh, burn! You certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Ben! Mr. White, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. When I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. The reason is right here. That night, recall that I spoke with defense attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case I recorded our conversation. Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play back for the court. Ooh. Christoph, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Game not going well? Something like that. And that gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? What does that mean? It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please, the cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should I come to that. Bone china plate? A kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny, and not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's baldness forehead. Oh, Christoph's making fun of his bald head. So he would have seen his bald head before. Something's not right about the phone call. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club. Most certainly. Then, Then how did he know? When did he see this? Bone china pate. What the heck is a pate? What's a pate? That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like me to explain this to the court? Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So, this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat back on. Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it, Phoenix, right? Order! Order! Yes, Your Honor? I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear defense attorney Gavin's testimony? Thanks for the follow, Tinu-chan. As the prosecutor, Hello to Finland. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Hi, Jishin. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well, this will be our final recess for the day. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Oh, really? Who would have thought today would turn out like this? It's his daughter! Hello, sir. Please pick a card. What's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That is all. An ace? Where do I remember that card from? Is it the ace that was swapped? We're going to build the case. Is that the ace that was swapped and it has a blood spot on it? So where did she find this card? Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. Yeah. It's true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. The missing 5th ace. Wait, this blotch of red. Is this blood? I think it's the ace. Ace attorney? Ah! You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. Oh, why is she cute? Bye-bye. This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the truth? I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what all this meant. That girl, I'd seen her recently, but where? That's when I made the connection. Hadoy! Oh, she's just a girl. Bloody A's added to court record. Oh, welcome home, welcome home. I hope you got home safely. How you doing? How you doing? I saw your pull. It was insane. What the heck? I've never had that kind of luck. Ever. Ever. Someone mod the game so that the card has a Trump face on it. Hi, Venti. Sorry. You know, sometimes if it happens, it happens. Sometimes you need the juice. Yeah, I've literally never been that. Lads, I've been the most unlucky in any gacha game ever. That's why I don't pull so much. Because it's a failure for me to pull. I just do story. The court will now reconvene. Defense attorney Christoph, Gavin, will you please take the stand? Is he in chains? No, he's not in chains. Shame. Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. the witness, say his name and occupation. Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in his courtroom. Fine, I'll play along. First off, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secrets beneath the victim's hat? And by secrets, I'm guessing the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. There's a Trump board game and it has some cards, and one of the cards has an effect of cancelling all the other effects. Can you guess what it's called? What's it called? Oh my god, what's it called? Yeah, Payne is still here, but now he has an excellent hairstyle. He's obviously been growing his hair. On the side of his head, not on the top of his head. That's apparently impossible. And hi, Venti. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. You would think it's Trump. Yeah, you would think it'd be a Trump card. No, it's the Donald. Okay, yeah. The Donald card. Well, Trump would have been too obvious. Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in me. Is that why you spent so much time in his bedchambers? I mean, his chambers.
Objection!
Why is he standing next to me? I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. Oh, Phoenix, I miss you so much. Mr. White, what do you think you're doing, White? Wow, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? It does look different. I know, we just discovered that he has a daughter. Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore a hat all night, never once taken it off except for that one time. That one time being the instant he was hit? Yeah! He has a child. At the very beginning, he's like, oh, in my locker is a picture of my daughter. And I was also like, I'm sorry, what? We don't know who birthed her yet, whether it was him or Edgeworth, but one of them did. Oh, that's a good point. Can I show her? Oh, nah, she's not here. When Mr. White returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. White picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer. Is that what you're trying to say? Not bad, Apollo. I love you, Phoenix! I love you! Mr. Gavin, I'm afraid I haven't been entirely honest with the court. Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. White. Yet, I'm afraid the current situation, I see little reason to hide anything. Very well, allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Thank you for streaking! Stream streaking. And tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night? The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window in the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and White holding the bottle in his hand. I sensed that it was not the best place for me to be at the time, so I left. Okay. And that's when the call came from White. Why would he call you? He just saw you. You witnessed the murder? For better or worse, I missed the actual moments of the deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. White's defense team? Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client. What else could I say? I'm standing on a witness's stand after all. Oh, I just remembered what happened to Godot. I was just thinking like, man, I miss Godot, and then I just remembered the very end of the case with Godot. So you are Mr. Gavin? And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window? Mr. White? You had to say that? Because that was the only probable window of opportunity, right, Apollo? Mr. White, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. Can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial's getting weirder and weirder. Yeah, Phoenix, if you're so smart, why don't you defend yourself? The wager sensed that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window to the hideout.
Hold it!
Just use the Magatama, you're right. You mean the one used to keep watch up the stairs? Yes, a relic of the ancient past. The black marketers used it, I believe. Why did you go through the trouble of peeking in through the window, you little pervert? Wouldn't it have just been easy to go open the door and go into the room? You know what he's doing? He's doing the evil person glasses thing. He's pushing up his glasses with his just like one finger or two finger. It's the, from the middle. A non-evil person pushes up their glasses from the side, but an evil person pushes up their glasses with just one or two fingers from the center. He's a villain. Upset, Mr. White? Yes, so what if my fears had been unfounded? Oh, I wonder if he was doing that at the very beginning. I'd be walking in on their match. Bad form, to say the least. Does that make you evil? You do that too? You're gonna have to change the way you push up your glasses, because that literally means you're evil, yes. Well, yeah, I guess it is more of a scheming push. Because the guy in Zenless, that's what he did, and then he was evil. And that's what I'm basing all of this knowledge on. Yeah, just don't do it. Don't do it if you're in court and I'm the lawyer, because then I'd be like, they did it. Apollo, so far, everything he's saying makes sense. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and White holding a bottle in his hands. Those were the only three at the scene of the crime? Yes, as far as I saw at least. Then we're back where we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? Do I know Shiro from Log Horizon? I do know Shiro from Log Horizon. And I love Shiro from Log Horizon. But I haven't watched Log Horizon in many a year. Does he push his glasses up from his front hands? I wish to rewatch Log Horizon. I loved Log Horizon. He does? Shit. Shit. Okay, but how about this? I have a friend who cosplayed him, and that friend turned out to be a conniving motherfubber. So... Yep, there we go. Just because the character wasn't evil, it's still something that evil people are attracted to. Oh yeah, I should rewatch Log Horizon. Log Horizon was so good. I don't remember it having a clear ending. I feel like it didn't get a third season or something. Yeah, I'm controlling that, and I made sure that if that it would lag then, so no explicit words were heard. Two reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
Objection!
There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime. Justice, I just said I saw no one, not a soul. That goes against what Mr. Wright said. Yes, this mysterious fourth person, who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose. Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hands? Perhaps you can show us a reason why such thing would be necessary. How can I show something I can't find myself? Oh, the card with blood on it. Hadoi. Log Horizon did get a third season, but I felt rushed. Oh, maybe I didn't watch the third season. And the light novel never finished? Oh, that's such a shame. The fifth ace, right? Well, Mr. Justice, the question of why the killer would swap out a card has been raised. Can you point to a reason? Yes, the bloody card. Defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out. And then go ahead and point to your reason, Mr. Justice. This piece of evidence I've been keeping in my pocket this entire time. I am also interested in the Five of Hearts.
Take that!
Because the author was arrested for tax evasion? Well. I mean, people do far worse things and don't get arrested. It's just all I'm saying. Is that an ace? Why? It's got blood on it! Right next to the spade! What? And this is insane! Why wasn't I told about this? Could this be the missing fifth ace? Inconceivable! How could you? What are you doing with that card? Well, that's the thing. It's just a fishy card from some fishy gal. She's not fishy. Oh, that card? That's mine. That is, I picked it up at the bowl club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock and trade, after all.
Objection!
No, impossible, unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? Huh? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. I like his little twitch. What if this trace of blood was the reason? The reason for the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime? Where are you going with this? Take another look at the photo and at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell onto the floor. And the trickle of blood ran from his forehead down the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the blood.
Objection!
Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible. And the proof to connect it all is my attorney badge. Right, regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. Look, his glasses are blocking out his eyes. That means he's a villain. Oh, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system. What's important now is that I've answered your question. What are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene? And now I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see.
Objection!
And this is baseless conjecture, baseless.
Objection!
I assure you it's quite based. He is quite based. He did the thing with the finger and the thing. Based. I have glasses, I'm clearly a villain. No, it just makes me be able to read. It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. No, do the pointy thing again. Well, Apollo? Try picturing the scene of the crime. Try it in your head. Ooh, this is fun! The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped the card out, And there was a single card with a drop of blood on the victim's hand. Given this, there was one decisive problem with the scene. His head is backwards. So... Wait, what does V stand for? Villain? What does W stand for? Woman? What does K stand for? Cutie? What does his left? Victim, oh. Witness, oh. Killer, oh. Victim, witness, Christoph. Oh, and the victims, the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit? The villain, right? Wait, so that's victim? Not villain. That's victim, so that's, what's his face who died? That's Olga. And that is Christoph. K for Christoph. And so, okay, so it's obviously him because his head should be he should be facing the other way around for the blood to trickle back. So he should be facing the wall.
Take that!
Well, isn't it the victim's position that's the problem? I don't follow your logic here. Well, look, the victim was stuck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You think any blood would fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him. Take a look at the photo again. Yeah, if he bled into this position, the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards. Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs. Oh man, Apollo, try turning the chair around. Ooh! That is so fun. The chair was facing the other way? It would have to be. That is so fun. So we have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. Why? When Mr. White returned from informing the police, which way was the chair facing? When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know now the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction. Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims, the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses? Whose location creates a contradiction? Christoph? Christoph.
Take that!
And the victim was struck from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is, so he must have been hit from the window? What did he hit him with? How did he throw the bottle? Can a bottle really... If you get hit on the head with a bottle, can you really die? Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game unless someone from the window went, "Cooey, Cooey, look over here." Psst, 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 psst. You know? I believe sufficient reason will soon come to light. There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking it on the diagram. But there's no room to put a mark where the killer should be. Don't worry, let's think it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing towards the wall at the time of the crime. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim from the front? Like... here. Like here. Here. On the cupboard. In the wardrobe. Is that a wardrobe? Like, I guess from here you can't really reach. So he must have climbed through the window like a wiggly worm and stood on top of the counter. The killer had to be standing. Nope, never mind. Oops. You get points for flair, but that's all you get. I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Yeah, I know, but still. Or are you claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above? Ooh. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that very moment of the climb... Wait, I know! At the moment of the climb, the cupboard wasn't there. What? Okay, so it's there. There it is. You can see it there. Wait, what about this photo? Well, I don't even know where the piano's supposed to be in the room. I can't quite... And those are different chairs. That's a different... Yeah, it's a different room. Okay, okay. Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately. Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard. Your Honor? There's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright. I do my best. Oh, I really want to know what happened 7 years ago. Did he lie? Did he cheat? Did he do something naughty? Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. If the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here. Which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard. The window would be blocked. You can see the cupboard was the problem. At the time of murder, it has to have been as... Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. What's this? What is it now? Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact. Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. Is it? Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness? Which indicator in this diagram contradicts what we know about the crime? Well, the fact that 2 can't see it now.
Take that!
Yeah, I really like this as like the first, because the first case is always like a tutorial. But I like, this case is really good. Are we okay with assuming it was moved? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs. Someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin. What did you say? Oh, is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool? Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. As someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court exactly where did the witness of the crime scene from? Excuse me, Your Honor, we were really fast. We have come a long way from Larry Butts. But I miss him. Will we get to see him again? I hope so. Will he have settled down with a beautiful hot wife? I hope so. We've just now received word from our investigative team at the Borscht Bowl Club. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor. And what did they find? Well, Your Honor, it turns out there is a secret passage behind it. Ba 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 ba! invented? I do remember him saying something about that now he mentions it. A secret passage is handy when you have engaged in illegal goings-on. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. And just like our killer. Phoenix, hello, hello. We're solving crimes. Happy Monday, I hope you're doing well today. You see what a line of simple deductive reasonings has led us, Apollo? Is it the fireplace? Does it lead to the fireplace? Is that the vent? Or am I probably thinking too much? And that girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Dare I ask what really happened that night? Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. For whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. There he crouched hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came and he took it. Bam! Bash! Wallop! Wait, why did you do that? Wait here, I'll get help. Miss Olga Orley was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith, alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from the secret passageway and into the hideout. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside. He wheeled his chair around to look and... wallop! After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the... I don't think that single card did, but we ball anyway. Too bad for him, he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red. Ooh. 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 Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly, truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby declared cleared of all suspicion. And believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid the circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately.
Objection!
Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. But why did you kill him? It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Excuse me, what? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion? This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone. I didn't use illegal evidence. I got the card from my daughter. And not just anyone else, but his own defense attorney. Illegal evidence?
Objection!
Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing? Look, I'm gonna be real. No evidence in Phoenix Wright is ever illegal because the evidence is sometimes absolutely obscenely stupid. Illegal evidence, those words don't exist in Phoenix Wright world. All evidence is illegal here. Most of what Phoenix does, most of what everyone does here is illegal. People lie and no one gets in trouble. They consistently lie, like Olga. She was like, haha, I was lying only because I didn't want to look guilty. Well, that means you're in trouble. You swear under oath. Don't you have to go to prison or for something for that? Yeah, illegal evidence only exists for defense attorneys. Yeah, that's true. Of course, this bottle... I couldn't find out anything about the bottle. I'm too dumb. How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne? Yeah, actually, yes. The fingerprints on the bottle were... I seem to recall this being an issue earlier. The court in this case demand an explanation. I'm just gonna look at the stupid ball. Oh. If he... I know the bottle's completely empty, but is it... It like has a it did like that, so I thought it was going to be something there. If it was okay, if it was upside down, that means he opened it from the top because it's probably plastic or something, eh? But then how could he have killed someone with a plastic bottle? Bah! Humbug. I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down. To smash someone over the head with it. Right, that's the only reason I ever pick up a bottle. You finished the second South Park game and in credits I had Yaoi. What? There's Yaoi in South Park? See how the caught fish squirms to the last? Well, Apollo? Yes? Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still. I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just tell me the answer! Just like what? Why would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than to... Don't let him trick you into thinking... I love the concept here that the only reason you can ever pick up a bottle upside down is to smash someone over the head with it. Not like... I don't know. Yeah, pretend it's baseball. Is there really another? Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer there, in plain sight. Court record. How about you just say the answer in plain words? Yeah, and if you're pouring it out empty, yeah, exactly. It would be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions, indeed. Well, Mr. Justice? Gavin said that the court in this case demand an explanation. Don't worry, justice won't leave until justice is done. Perhaps the defense would care to enlighten the court? What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottle are upside down? None. I have none. You can't see the card in the photo. Well, I mean, that bottle doesn't have a lid on it. Man, if I get stuck in this tutorial, it's a real bad sign. Yeah, there's this one. But obviously that's upstairs. This one is obvious, actually. Is it a different bottle? Looks like the same grape. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottle are upside down? Grabbing it from the box would also work, yes. Yeah.
Take that!
It's actually easier to show you than explain, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair. Yes, now reach down and pick it up. Are you the smartest person in the world? You naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. I don't. I get up out of my chair and pick it up. With your fingers, upside down. Wait, I'm trying to do it. Yeah. I mean, who... Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. You're alone in the room? You look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. White, sat here, playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of his piano bench. I'm only serious, what do you mean? I'm a serious person. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times. Several times? How much grape juice is he drinking? Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph. I was drinking my usual juice then too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. And you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. White's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon. Oh. And that's why the card wasn't in it. Right? Order! Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection? What? You claim that I switched a bottle? Where is your proof? This is Phoenix Wright. We don't need proof. As I thought, more baseless conjecture? I'm afraid you... Yeah, honestly, is he referring to himself? I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty. Well, no, my bottle is literally empty, but still. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation? Oh, I have your memo here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Bush Bowl Club. And here's one of the bottles in question. We are fast! What are you going to do? Dust that for fingerprints too? I would be surprised if any were on that but his. Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake, true. That bottle won't bear the trace of anything. Apollo, why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? Just humor me. That bottle will solve this case once and for all. What? Oh. Are you kidding me? All this time I was looking for an invisible card, thinking like, maybe he put the card in and it like got wet and stuck to the side of the label, and maybe we couldn't see the color red because of the green glass was like... stupid game. That card, it can't be. Recall that unpleasant woman's test. Unpleasant woman? Alright. No reason to be that mean. Miss Olga Oli? Yes, our little swindling Devochka. Let me just Google that word. Alright. Devochka. Apparently it's a band. Yep, it's a band. Some American multi-instrumental band in Colorado. Oh, it means girl in Russian? Oh. Oh. Yeah, to be fair, she did try to get him convicted of murder, it's true. But I think she was only doing it to cover herself because she thought it looked like she had done it. Like, she didn't know that someone else came in the room, so she kind of thought it was either him or her, so she was just twisting it to make it look like it was definitely him because she knew it wasn't her. Right? I think. Devochka. That's a very long word. Devochka. 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 But the planted card was gone, the trap failed. Yes, yes. This isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? Hey, do you think that American bands just saw the word Devochka and went, that's a cool word, I'm gonna name that our band, and they didn't know it meant girl? And now they're just a bunch of girls? I like to think that. You know, like when people get like noodle tattooed to their neck in a different language. The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony? I happened to put my hand in my pocket, found the card, put it in the bottle, bish bash bosh bosh, done. Mm-hmm. 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 The Five of Hearts? This is the card. The bottles were swapped. And the only one who could have done that was the fourth person in the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin. He's about to get hotter, prepare. Nope, never mind. Imagine smacking a desk so hard, all that stuff floats slowly off the ground. Will you get ready for the smack? I would do that, but I don't want to hurt my hand. Is this your idea of revenge, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Revenge? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tit-tat, 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 rumble. This is insane. What about me? Don't I get to prosecute anyone? That's what I was going to say. Tit-a-tat, tit-a-tat. The tet-a-tit, tet-tit. Tet-a-tit. No. It's just some words I can't say. I believe this time we've finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report to give us on Christoph Gavin? He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now. I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. Honestly, why did he do it? None that we know of. Mr. White, have you anything to add? Thank you, Zefkiel. I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. Did he do it just to try to get Phoenix in prison? He just hates bald people? That's so mean. About this victim, Mr. Shaddy Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. An odd profession, to be sure, and that's all we know about him. I'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor. Good. Mr. White? Yes? 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. The second... I'm sorry. Can we go back to, I need the place where no injustice would be tolerated, and the fact he said this courtroom. Girl, did you not play the last 3 games? So much injustices happened in this room. So much injustices. Do you know how hard we had to fight? There was so much injustice. What if Phoenix was Kristoff's ex-husband? No, what if Kristoff stole Phoenix's husband? The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. What? Who? The judge? Another... Oh no, okay, us, okay. Well, apparently it's you, Phoenix. Apparently your husband's been stolen. Phoenix versus the entire Nintendo legal team. This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by its very own initial trial system. We have to celebrate. You plead the 5th? Wow. Mr. White? Our work lies ahead of us. And I, for one, am looking forward... Oh my god, please tell me we're gonna play this whole game and Phoenix is gonna be in our back pocket going... Or just every now and again, he's gonna come on by, that his daughter's gonna work for us, and he's gonna bring his daughter to work every day. Come on. Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix, right? Not guilty! Do they have confetti cannons in all courtrooms? Or just the Phoenix Wright World courtrooms? I like to think every courtroom has confetti cannons, and when someone gets a not guilty verdict, they fire them off. Yes, yes. What do you mean by that? April 20th, 4:28 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Thanks, Apollo. You came through, just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. Gav, the killer. I couldn't have done it myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability? Oh. Ability? Yeah, a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. What's he sensitive? Wait, I wonder if he means my eyeball power. Yeah, his eyeball power. What was that, Mr. White? You'll have to find the answer to that question yourself. The answer, why... Today was full of questions about... why is Phoenix saying he doesn't have that sensitivity? He literally told us that she puts her hand on her head when something happens. When she says something bad. You literally told us that. Also, I feel like the guys in the background are the exact same drawings from the last game. Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come. Huh? You don't know, do you? This locket is the key. Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture's in your locket. Your daughter, right? That's right. She's my daughter. These are not people. These are statues. No, they're people. You know, you were right about this locket. I took this off his neck the night he died. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket really did belong to him. But that's perjury. You testified. You said that locket was your... And the girl lied so much. Die. I said no such thing, actually. Huh? I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A daughter? How did you not know about this? Uh-huh. Phoenix had coitus. And birthed a child. Budget cuts. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And it's the truth. Wait, but then why? Why was the victim wearing a locker with a picture of your daughter inside, the little pervert? Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. You're still just getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of a job, but I work for Gavin Law Offices after all. You wanna work for Phoenix Wright Law Offices? I don't think they're in business anymore, but you can take it over. I still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away. Apollo? Uh-huh. How? You mean at the Wright & Co. Law Offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it. I can't imagine that to be true, but... Wait, but you're not... Oh, I turned in my badge, yeah. I'm not an attorney anymore. But why? You can see the cravat growing on me? I should get a cravat. That legendary trial? What was the trial? And at the middle of it all was one man, Phoenix Wright. The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good. What was the conclusion? What was the trial? Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence. What? I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. The card! It just seemed, well, too perfect. I'll bet this was the forged evidence. The card, right? The card.
Take that!
The card? You mean this, don't you? I got this from your daughter. Yes, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left. Oh. Leaving the wrong card in its place. Lucky for us. The court can't accept this evidence. It's fraud. Oh, he can't say that it's not fraud because he took it with him. Right? He took it with him, so he can't be like, that's not the real card. I have the real card because I took it. Yeah, that's what I thought in the first game, or the first 3 games, that all evidence should be registered before trial, but the Phoenix Wright world quickly told us that they don't care unless it's our evidence, I guess. Would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene, the real killer. Yeah, blah de blah. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago. You really? I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real. But you can't do something like that and you call yourself an attorney. So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago. Did we forge evidence? Did we become like our partner? And we started forging evidence? Just like Edgeworth? I punched him. You punched Phoenix? It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in if you'd like. Mr. White. Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling. Take that! Next time. I find it packs a little more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. And with that, Mr. White walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved, and at the time I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I'll find out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins. A person who forges evidence, that would be the victim of this trial, of course, because he is Shady Smith. Exactly. Save your current progress? Yes. That was so good. Who's the redhead girl? Is that the second game? Is that him though? Is that Chris? Ooh. And it's Phoenix in episode 4. Oh, because he's still not shaved. And here she is here. I love it. Redhead is next game. Exciting. This was so good. I feel like they did this one for the beginning trial. The first trial is very tutorial-y, right? But this one was this is probably my favorite tutorial trial so far. Not just because of Phoenix. No, it was a really good trial. It was an interesting case. The twists and turns were very good, as well as a little bit silly with, oh yeah, it's just a wardrobe and a trapdoor or whatever. Thank you for hanging out with me on my Ace Attorney journey. No longer Phoenix Wright Attorney, it's now the Ace. Did you like Phoenix in this trial? I did like Phoenix in this trial. I think... I don't know, I want to know what happened. And I'm feeling that's going to be episode 4. It looks great, right? The UI looks so good. Yeah, thank you. The UI looks so nice. I think it's a big improvement. I'm not sure how long after the first game these games came out, but I like it. You remember not many people liking him because he didn't feel the same as the first trilogy Phoenix? No, I liked him because he feels like darker now. Like he has ghosts in his closets. Skeletons in his closet. Something bad happened and now he's like, I'm Phoenix but with like an emo fringe. You know? Like he lost some worth and found his... He did! He lost some worth and found his edge! I'm hoping I see Edgeworth in this game. Hopefully. Hopefully I see Edgeworth in this game. Otherwise I'm gonna have to play the Edgeworth game. Because I miss him. And his stupid cravat. Stupid silly little cravat. Yeah, great game. We'll continue it on Thursday. I'm guessing the cases are going to be a lot longer from now, so each case is probably going to be at least 2 streams. Because normally the first one is like shorter, and then the rest are a little bit longer. Which was the case that always sucked? Was it the third case? No, that's Dangan Romper. No, it was Phoenix Wright. No. I'll figure it out. The third case looks good anyway, because he's in it again. And not in prison for whatever reason. Don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I got it on sale. I can't remember. I think I got on sale for like a tenner, less than a tenner. I can't remember. It was a good price though. I think it goes on sale frequently because it was in my wishlist for a while before I decided to get it. The third case is good here. Oh, Francisco is in those games. Okay, I'll play. I'll get the Edgeworth games too. I will. I'll get the Edgeworth games too. Gonna play. My goal is to play every Ace Attorney game because I really enjoy them. I think they're a lot of fun. The stories are always great. The characters are amazing, and man, I really hope Phoenix edges his miles. I'll see you Thursday for more.